In this video, I'm announcing that I am allowing 10 people to join my inner circle, which is a mastermind group that has a lot of content that you can't get on YouTube. It has hidden camera infield breakdowns of the kinds of things that I'm not going to put on a public platform that is, politically correct. So things like polls, for example. I have a 50-minute approach to close interaction all the way taking her back home from the beginning to end, which is something I'm not going to put on YouTube. Now, it is also a private coaching group where you can join a weekly Zoom call where, let's say you have a particular question, a particular sticking point when it comes to picking up girls. Let's say you're having trouble with approach anxiety, you're having trouble going out consistently, you're having trouble finding places to find girls during the pandemic, your online game isn't going very well, or you keep getting flaked, or you keep getting put in the friend zone. Well, you will get the opportunity to join me and a small, tight-knit group of other guys who are dedicated towards getting their dating life handled and to get those questions answered personally, to get feedback. So it's not just a generic video where you're getting a general concept. It's personalized to you. And it's also an accountability group where every week I help you set goals for the next week and help hold you accountable. We all as a group hold each other accountable to follow through with those goals and to make sure that we accomplish them. I even go further by having weekly challenges with prizes. So one of these challenges was whoever went on the most dates in 1 week wins. And the person who does that got something called a magic wand. You can look it up if you want to know, as a prize. And that's just another way to build accountability, to build a friendly sense of competition, to build a sense of community. Because the number one thing when it comes to trying to develop any skill, trying to get better at any area in your life, is to have a sense of accountability. And some of that can come from yourself, right? Your own goals, your own desires, your own drive. But you can magnify that by many times over when you have other people with the same goals, the same drives, in a group with you, pulling you towards that goal. It's the difference between trying to learn an instrument by yourself and joining a class or hiring an instructor. When you have an instructor, you're far more likely to follow through and keep going. Or when you're part of a band, you're far more likely to show up to practice. Or if you're trying to work out and you have a gym buddy or all your roommates go to the gym together, you're far more likely to stay consistent and actually make long-term progress. Now, not everyone can afford private coaching with me. It's relatively expensive, $100 an hour. And this is a way to allow you to have the same benefits of coaching, to have many of the benefits of coaching in a much more affordable way. This group is only $47 a month, which is hopefully affordable for the vast majority of people. It's not a crazy $500, $1,000 a month. I'm not the type to want to overcharge or to charge as much as I possibly can. I want to undercharge and over-deliver. And the fact that it isn't free helps ensure that the people who join the group are serious about getting results. If I made a free group, the quality would be much lower. That's just how it works. Only people who are serious about putting in effort are willing to spend some money on this. And by keeping the group to be only those people, it ensures that the group will be high quality, people will be pushing each other forward, people will be taking action, and that it will be a successful group. I've been beta testing the group for 2 months with previous coaching clients of mine, people who I already know are serious about taking action, and there's been a lot of success stories. One guy actually, he got blocked by a girl, but then he ended up turning it around and going on a date with her and making out with her the other day, just as one small example of many. Some guys have been polling multiple times, even though they never did before. Things like that are already happening regularly in the group. What else does the group offer? It has a Facebook group that you can join where you get to post your field reports and get feedback from others. And that part might sound like the least exciting, like, oh, I get to post field reports. There is a lot of value in writing about your progress, writing about what's holding you back, and getting feedback from others and feeling like you're a part of a community as opposed to going on it alone. That will start to make sense once you join the group. So I know it doesn't sound sexy, but it is actually very useful. There's the weekly Zoom calls. There's weekly, on every week, I add new infield breakdowns where I show footage of myself or of my coaching clients approaching women and getting either success or getting rejected, and explaining why girls reacted in the ways they reacted. So you can understand it on a deep level where it's something that you feel intuitionally as opposed to just understanding the idea of it. Two very different things. You get a deeper level of understanding by seeing someone break down exactly what happens, why it worked, why it didn't work, than you do if you just get the intellectual concepts. They're two very different things. One is much farther from reality, and one is much closer to reality, and it allows you to pick up subtleties, nuances, and a lot of insights that you couldn't get from just the thinking level of it. So that's why it's very powerful. Then on top of that, you get a complete course that comes with a 30-day challenge that you can take to get your dating life handled. If you follow that challenge, your results will drastically increase, and you can take the challenge as part of the group. You can take the challenge with the group. You can actually see my own progress taking the challenge to get a sense of what that's like, so that it's not just some hypothetical idea. It's something that you're truly implementing, kind of like a personal training regimen. And you're doing it not just on your own, but with a group of other people who are doing it as well. Now, every week there's going to be new content added, new infield, new weekly calls, new lecture videos. But there's already several hours of infield breakdowns available on the course that you can't see anywhere else. There's already an active Facebook group that you can join, and there's already an online course that you can access instantly when you join the group. Now, there's no commitment. If you join for 1 month and you don't want to keep going, you can just watch the first month, get all the content, get the value that you can get, and not participate further. That's fine. You don't have to sign a 1-year contract like it's a gym or something along those lines. So you can just join for a month, you decide, it's not worth it for me, you can leave, no problem. With all that said, I'm only letting 10 people join this group because I do not want this to be a huge group where you're a very small part of it and you don't feel significant. You don't feel like your participation or lack of participation is noticed. I want it to be something that feels tight-knit, that feels intimate, that feels like you're a part of a small brotherhood where the other people are noticing what you're doing. They're being inspired by you. You're being inspired by them. And then on the group calls, there's enough time for you to actually get your own words in edgewise. You get to actually participate. You get feedback from me and the other people in the group. And we all get a chance to be a part of it. And to do that, I have to limit the amount of people who can join. I could easily make this a 100 to 200 people group. But if I did that, it would have a lot less value for each person in it. So I'm keeping it very limited to only 10 members. I expect only 10 new members will be able to join. I expect those slots will be gone probably within an hour, but it could take as long as a day, potentially. However, they're not going to last long, and then I'm not going to be letting anyone join for another month. And then I'll add a few more members. But this isn't one of those situations where I say it's limited, and then actually you check in 3 days and I'm still letting people in. If you see in the past when I said that my book was on sale and I was limiting the sale, go look at it now. It's $25. It's not $10 anymore. Or when I said my online course was half off for the launch, it's not half off anymore. So things like that, I think it's important to actually stick with those commitments and not just use it as a gimmick, right? Not just use it as a marketing gimmick. There's an actual reason for why I don't want to let hundreds of people join this group, because then it would diminish in quality. So if you're interested in joining the group, make sure you do so right away before the spots are taken up. Click the link below and I'll see you on the other side.